We also have a comparison of the Switch 1 version versus the Switch 2 version. If you missed the creator, what is it called? Creator's Voice, I think is what they've been calling it. If you missed that on Hogwarts Legacy, I was rewatching it again earlier. And one of the things that was interesting that stood out to me that I missed the first time I watched it was the fact that they said this isn't just like an upscale kind of port or something, right? They're like, that would have been the easy route. We could have just taken the Switch version, kind of, upscaled it, whatever, right? I'm paraphrasing, of course. But what they said is they actually use the next gen assets to make this version. So this isn't just like, oh, let's take the Switch version and upscale it. They took all of the next generation assets, so PS5 and Xbox Series X, those assets, and then they worked with those for the Nintendo Switch 2 version. Let me show you the comparison between the Switch 1 and Switch 2 version, then I'll talk about the upgrade pack, because I think this kind of gives you an idea like how different it is. The first shot I think is the best, but you can really see, first of all of the edges on the characters really are kind of like, they're kind of fuzzy on the Switch version. Switch version also looks way washed out. Everything's really muddied. I mean, it looks very, very bad comparatively. The Switch 2 version, the textures are more detailed. There's more contrast, more vibrance. One of the ones is when you go to Hogsmeade on the Switch version, they had to have like basically load spaces in different areas on the Switch 1 version. But on the Switch 2 version, it's all seamless, just like it is on other consoles like PlayStation, Xbox, and PS5, Xbox Series X. So again, some of the other stuff you can notice, especially with like the fighting and stuff, is there are certain effects that were not on the Switch 1 version, and you have those effects on the Switch 2 version, like when he casts a certain spell and you see like this like kind of fiery ring kind of emanate around him, but you don't see that in the Switch 1 version. Again, there's a lot of stuff that was missing, and this kind of puts it in perspective how much was actually missing in the Switch 1 version and how much better the Switch 2 version is. I would really love to see how the Switch 2 version compares to the PS5 and Xbox Series X, and actually some of these shots you can replicate. I mean, some of these shots are from like early in the game anyways, so that's very doable. But what do you guys think of this comparison? Is this something that you plan to get on the Nintendo Switch 2 or not? Keep in mind, they're going to be also utilizing mouse controls, motion controls, different things like that with the Switch 2 that I guess they didn't utilize in the Switch 1. Well, mouse controls were not on the Switch 1. So some pretty great stuff there.